APA format, a quick and concise guide. APA format is an important format to learn because this is one of the formats that most of your majors going forward will be requiring. So even though it is different from MLA, which many of you may be familiar with, APA is definitely worth learning. To begin with, in APA format, you have a title page. Now, on the title page, you begin with a running head. This is an abbreviated version of the title and can be found flush left at the top of the title page in all uppercase letters. This appears below the manuscript page header and appears as the running head throughout the paper. This will appear on every page of your report. The title should be typed in uppercase and lowercase letters and centered between the left and right margins, located in the upper half of the page. Double space between the lines if the title is 2 or more lines. And below that is what we call the byline and institution affiliation. The names of the author or authors should be typed in the order of their contributions, using both uppercase and lowercase letters. It should be centered and located one double space line below the title. On the next double space line, type the institution of the author's affiliation centered. And here is an example of what this might look like. We have the running head, Equestrians Prefer English. Then we have the title centered, followed by the author's name and affiliation. The next part would be the abstract. This page comes immediately after the title page. You again begin with the running head in the upper left-hand corner, and you continue this again on all subsequent pages, including the reference page. The word abstract should be centered on this page, and this is where you provide the reader with a summary of what you're going to be presenting in your paper. It should be between 150 and 250 words long, and you do not indent any type of paragraph. And again, this is a separate page. Following the abstract begins the introduction and body paragraphs. Again, continue with the running head, and the complete title should be centered on this first page. An introductory paragraph will present the problem that the paper addresses, which is also called the thesis, and provide any necessary background information on the topic. Each first level heading should be centered and in bold. The entire paper should be double spaced. You indent each new paragraph 5 to 7 spaces, and each page number has a number in the upper right-hand corner. Now, to cite using APA, paraphrases and summaries are more common, so that's an important thing to note. Not as many direct quotations will be appearing in this type of format. The author may be named in a signal phrase, or the author could appear in parentheses after the text. For example, Jones, 2014, argues. It's very important once you present the author and the date of publication that these two stay side by side throughout the rest of the report. Signal phrases, when they are used, should be in past or present perfect tense. The date goes in parentheses, as I mentioned, right after the author's name, and the page number goes as close as possible to the quote. In the example, Jones, 2014, argues that Wendy's is better than McDonald's due to higher quality lemonade, page 24. This is another difference between MLA and APA. In APA, the P period appears before every page number. So please note that is a difference. An example of a paraphrase would be Wendy's has better lemonade than McDonald's according to Jones. And again, we see the date of publication directly following the author's name. This is important because APA users are very concerned with dates of publication. The more recent, the better. And if you're not clear on any of this, consult the Little Oiler Handbook or go online to the Purdue OWL Online Writing Lab. there will be a much more complete list of citations and, again, special circumstances that could occur. And paraphrasing versus direct quotation. Use a direct quote only when there is no other way to say what the author has said, or if it supports your research or thesis. But remember, in APA format, paraphrases and summaries are more common than quotations. When you paraphrase, put the original text in your own words, changing the style and the format and the structure to avoid plagiarism. That's a very important thing to note. And if you do use a direct quote, use quotation marks around the author's exact words. On the last page will be a reference page. The running head continues on this page along with the page number. References is centered, and all sources are alphabetized by the author's last name. All lines of an entry are indented 5 to 7 lines after the first line of each entry. All sources listed here should be cited somewhere in the text, so double check. And each entry should be in correct APA format. And once again, if you're not sure of that format, check the Little Oiler Handbook or the Purdue OWL Online Writing Lab for the correct formatting. And once you have completed the reference page, you are finished with your report.